blues hop. It's a mixture of blues and hip hop, done at an expert level by Impatient, the group between Chris Webby and Ren. And being that they're calling themselves Impatient as opposed to just Chris Webby and Ren, to me, just gives me the idea that there might be more albums coming from Impatient. And I am impatiently waiting for the next Impatient installment. Do you agree? Family, we're going right back into it. Impatient, this is Me and My Monster. Guys, without any further ado, let's let him cook, family. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the hype button if that option is available, and join us in the Patreon. Salute. That sounds like gospel mixed with blues. That's fire.
I don't know just why I'm like this. I've heard people around me say something's off, I'm not okay. Cause that darkness I keep bottled up is seeped into my veins, so I let the monster out the cage.
So if that's the hook, then, I'm thinking there's compartmentalization being talked about there, right? Let the monster out the cage. When he says, the thing that I keep bottled has now seeped into my veins. Which is what inevitably occurs when you try to kind of compartmentalize those things that you really want to complain about, that you really want to let loose, suppressing those emotions. Yeah, that can subtly seep into your attitude and kind of be noticed by others. He says, let the monster out the cage, meaning it's kind of time to reveal something. Let's let him cook.
Veins, so I let the monster out the cage. Something's in the water, at least that's what I blame. I can feel a monster that wants to escape, scratching on my insides. No peace from a freak of nature. Cause recently my thoughts are driving me insane, pulling me apart by the seams in my brain, crawling on my windpipe. Wake the beast, time to meet your maker.
Guys, are these types walking among us? Jesus. Are the types walking among us? Because Ren tends to have kind of this this thesis about the world that there are people walking around who have buried deep within them these nihilistic, catastrophic tendencies and really struggle playing society's game, right? And a lot of times he identifies as these types. Right? And Ren just kind of reminds you that there are those people out there. What is it, Children of the Moon? Where he really kind of lets that out.
My windpipe, wake the beast, time to meet your maker. So let me get the first thing first. I was cursed since birth. I was born with Nostradamus like prophecies, words of fate. Pain shaped and the pain makes me not think straight. Brain checkmate, need restraint, substance two chains and a whole cage to contain the pace of my train of thought. Cause it's all for morbid, more highly strong. And the soul is tortured, more highly strong from a new supported. And the more I want, more I feel awkward, like I'm caught in the storm and I'm lost to orbit. And from dusk till dawn as the force that forces itself to the surface. It's coming, it hurts, it is murderous, merciless monster that's lurking. I don't know just why I'm like this. I've heard people around me say something's off, I'm not okay.
That's a fire hook, baby. Shout out to Webby on that hook. I love the grungy voice on there. But listen, guys, it's never lost on me when Ren sings a verse, especially about this subject matter, which kind of happens a lot. But he's talking about how when you feel, and a lot of us haven't been there, where we're in such perpetual torment that we just think, okay, well, God is either not real or he's not personal, right? That can get you into a very dark series of thoughts. You know what I mean? I'm a religious man, but I've never been through perpetual torment to where I'm like in unending pain for like weeks at a time, or even, necessarily days at a time. I've been in pain before. I've been injured before. I've been hospitalized before, but never to the extent where I'm just like, why is this so continuous? You know what I mean?
Around me say something's off, I'm not okay. Cause that darkness I keep bottled up is seeped into my veins. Let the monster out the cage. Feel it in my bloodstream, rushing through my veins. Feel him as he creeps through the halls in my brain. And he's always hungry, gotta keep him fed. After years spent trying to expel him from in my head, he started under the bed till he made himself a home in the furthest depths of my psyche, to the marrow in my bones. He's that shadow that I cast, that reflection in the glass. He's that static in the silence telling me I'm not alone. In my DNA and that double helix, he lead the way and I fucking feel it's too late to make a vacate. It's chained to my fate, maybe I'm crazy or that my fucking spirit is just...
Yo, so this monster, bro. You know, we talk about the monster on this channel, family, and it's Plato's idea, right? You know, Plato thought that the monster existed kind of somewhere in the gut, right? And this monster was interested primarily in pleasure, and it's interested in pleasure over pain. Like the cultural self is interested in pride over shame, and the rational self is interested in truth over lies, right? That monster wants pleasure immediately, not willing to wait for gratification. And so it's always hungry, according to Webby. Absolutely correct.
To the marrow in my bones, he's that shadow that I cast, that reflection in the glass. He's that static in the silence telling me I'm not alone. In my DNA and that double helix, he lead the way and I fucking feel it's too late to make a vacate. It's chained to my fate, maybe I'm crazy or that my fucking spirit is just plain weak for letting him win. Or maybe destiny that we spend the rest of our natural lives together. Why fight each other? Cause in the end I've felt an emptiness that's following me since a kid, but he was there to claim the occupancy. A lifetime later, right back where I started, you see, till the credits roll. Still, it's just my monster in me. Yeah. I don't know just why I'm like this. I've heard people around me say something's off, I'm not okay. That dark.
Guys, are you guys hearing the mastery behind the music, though? When he said, I'm not okay, did you hear that guitar? Listen to that.
People around me say something's off, I'm not okay.
Listen.
Cause that darkness I keep bottled up is seeped into my veins. Let the monster out the cage.
Family, did you guys hear that? I wish that would have been the background of the entire track. I'm sorry. Listen to that beautiful, right? Listen. Here. Why did we only get that for a fraction of a second? Why didn't we get that throughout the song, right? And you're not to complain, but you remember Gangsta's Paradise? How at the end there's that, ah. I wish that would have been the background of this whole thing. But here, at the end of the day, family, the moral of the story, right? Let the monster out the cage doesn't necessarily mean to indulge in all of your dark, twisted, monstrous fantasies. I think it's saying, don't let it get to that point. Don't suppress the monster in you to the degree that it becomes a psychopath that's trying to escape by any means necessary. Suppressing the monster is like suppressing a beach ball underwater. It's fighting you the entire time, and as it fights you, you suppress it further to the point that when it eventually escapes, it splashes out of the water and makes a mess everywhere. So let the monster out the cage, absolutely. Sit down with the monster. Have a conversation with your shadow. Invite it to tea, as opposed to suppressing it and becoming a moral monster. Respectfully. Family, listen. There's been so many bangers on this Impatient album. This one, it wasn't my favorite. Though sonically it did hit some bells for me. Which one should we check out next? They released 5 or 6 on us, so we're going right to the end. Family, without any further ado, it's too early. I haven't finished my coffee yet. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the hype button if that option's available. Join me in the Patreon. If there's something that I should check out, there is a PayPal link in the description below to throw it in the queue. Help your boy out. Love you, family. Till next time, please stay balanced.